Hey everyone, so today I'm doing a review and trial of a new tanning product. Well, new to me, I've just seen it on the shelves. I'm going away this weekend and look, it is winter now officially, about a week in I say. Yeah, about a week, yeah. And look, I don't want to be too pasty white because I might wear a dress and I don't want to blind people with the reflection of the lights of my incredibly white skin. So I went into Priceline the other day. I was looking at all the different types of fake tans, wasn't too sure what I wanted. I have been using Latan. I have been slowly going my way through 2 bottles of their foam fake tan, and I've had, you know, mixed results, but at the same time I've liked what I've seen. I've just had to be careful not to be too rough during application because streaks would appear, and I found that sometimes it settles into my pores a little bit and leaves black dots. But anyway, it hasn't turned me off it yet. I still really like it. It wears well and nothing really wrong with it. But I did see that Latan had created an express fake tan. It's called 30-minute tan instant bronzing mousse. It has a green based long lasting tan. No fake tan smell. So it does have a, it does appear green, and it's just your leaning color when you apply it. That way you've seen where you've applied it, you don't miss any spaces. But one thing is, what got me in the shops was it said 30 minutes and then it says just wash it off. I'm like, brilliant, I'm not gonna be going to bed feeling like I'm covered in goop all night. The only problem is then there's a little thing underneath and it has a timer on it, and it says so 30 minutes, normal amount of tan. 1 hour, nice amount of tan. 2 hours, you're a bronze goddess. Look, I had it on, I think probably about an hour the other night, and this is the resulting color. It's not really that strong, to be honest. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pop it on for, I'm going to do an hour and a half. This is a little bit of a risk, hey, because I am going out tomorrow. If it comes out crap in the morning, I'll just have a shower and quickly scrub myself. But in terms of preparation, I have shaved, I've exfoliated in the shower with just some rough gloves, and I think I'm all good to go. One thing that I do know is I have incredibly dry elbows. I don't know why, maybe it's genetic. I don't know if that would be something you pass on genetically. As well as that my knees get quite dry. So what I'm going to do beforehand is I just use Hydroderm. It's $60, fuck. About $6 from Priceline. It's just a Sorbolene lotion, and it's perfume free, color free and non-greasy. It's just basic cream. And what I'm doing is I just get a little bit, so that much, rub it to my hands and just apply enough that you feel that your elbows or whatever dry areas you have on your skin do have a bit of moisture return to them. If they're too dry, I'm just popping on my knees now. If it's too dry, you're going to have the tan settle there, and you'll be significantly darker in those regions, and it's not going to be an even tan, and you know, it might just be a little bit too obvious. You know you're fake tanning. You're trying to trick the world into believing that you're not fake tanned. So, and that depends on how good a job you do. So I'm going to let these settle in. The good thing about Hydroderm is that it's not greasy, so it does pretty much absorb within maybe 10 minutes, if that. When I put it on every night on my hands before I go to bed, and I don't get gross sheets, and it does a really good job at moisturizing. So what I'm going to do now is, this is the before, then I'm going to go ahead and fake tan, then I'm going to wash it off, and then I'll show you the results. And it does say that it still sets overnight, so there will be a little bit of time where it will probably become a little bit darker. So, because it does say it keeps developing even though you've washed it off, which I think is a good thing. You don't want to go to bed smelling like it. It does say in here, just quick note, that it doesn't have a smell. It does have a smell. It's just not too obnoxious like some are. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey everyone. Sorry, I just feel really strange. I'm not naked, I just have like a little towel on. So this is me immediately after I put my fake tan on. So in terms of the smell, it smells a little, it's not too strong, but I can certainly smell something. I'd say a mix of caramel and plastic. Nice. Anyway, so I've also forgot to mention that the cost of the fake tan is $15, so not cheap. And look, it did say on the packaging as well, if you put on more layers, So let it dry, pop on some more, then it will be darker. So even though it says if you leave it on for a longer amount of time, it will develop darker, it also then says, but if you put on more layers, even if you keep it on for the same amount of time, that's going to make it more darker. So that's good to know. But look, I was really careful with applying it evenly. You can see that difference in color already with my, what I'm going to do is just to try and break up the color change. It's really hard to fake tan your hands because when you wash your hands throughout the day, it's going to wear a lot quicker than, say, your actual skin. So I just wear like a bracelet and then a watch on that side, and then that sort of breaks it up a little bit. But if you do have nothing there, then and you're going to reach for things, it's quite obvious immediately the color difference. So the guide color is green, but already you can see it's just a nice fake tan. Yeah, so also second time I've used the container, and because I was quite liberal, I've done my legs as well as my arms, and as much as I could do, I tried to do it on my neck, just around the top of the shoulders in case I wear a top that's going to reveal that area. I feel like the container's already running low, and I'm like, far out, that's $15 and it's almost completely used. So what I'm going to do is probably stock up at the next Priceline percentage off fake tan products. I do have it, I think, once or twice a year, so I just gotta hold out and then stock up, because I don't think that's really affordable. Say you fake tan twice a week, and now this is twice, I would then need to have, yeah, probably 2 bottles a month, so that's $30 a month on fake tan, and I'm just not prepared to spend that much. So yeah, anyway, so far so good. I'm now going to wait for it to dry, then I'm going to go ahead and just wear just a gown and hang around the house, do some stuff, avoid water because water will automatically wash it off. I've had water droplets before of white skin underneath when I've been normal skin the next day and gone, oh shit, that's right, I did some dishes, and there's some evidence of that. So I'll wait for it to dry, and it does take a little bit of time to dry. So if you've got a cold house, it's not going to be fun. I've got my heater cranked up because it's a cold day. Then yeah, pop my robe on. But I was looking at my robe. It's a white one, but it's just from and it's just like one you get at like a beautician day spa kind of place. Just a short one to your knees. It was only like $10 from Big W, so I don't really care. But what is interesting is that I wore this last time I fake tanned. I didn't let it dry completely before putting it on the gown because I was like, stuff it, it's cold. My gown now has a red tinge to it inside. I'll wash it and I'm sure it'll probably come out. If it doesn't, I don't really care. But it's interesting. It's a green guide colour, then the tan is meant to be just tan colour. Where the hell's the red come from? Okay, I'll see you in an hour when I report back. Okay, bye for now. Hey everyone, so it has been 1 hour. This is the resulting tan. So I think it's dark enough for my preference. Again, you can see the difference in colour tone here. When I do edit the video, I probably will be able to see then whether it's changed much between when I just popped it on and then an hour later. I'm tempted to keep it on for another hour, but I don't want to tempt fate. The last thing I want to do is have a really, really obnoxiously dark tan right before I go out. So, alright, I'm going to go now and have a shower. It doesn't really say any instructions about using soaps, so I'm going to avoid soap. I'm just going to have a normal shower, watch the colour go down the drain, then gently pat myself dry. I don't want to sort of rub it in just in case I accidentally do remove any of the fake tan. Then I'm going to dress in just loose clothing and schlep around the rest of the day. I was going to go to the gym, but I have a feeling that in doing so it might accidentally maybe push out the leftover tan that's in my skin that will then continue to develop until tomorrow, I imagine. It doesn't really say, it just says that it keeps developing. It doesn't have like a time frame. So anyway, so far so good. I will report back in the morning, provided I have enough time in the morning. I'm going to Melbourne pretty early, so if I don't report back, then I'll have to do it a little bit later on. So thanks for watching for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey everyone, so it is now the next day. It's just before 7 AM. I woke up just because I couldn't sleep. Abby's here, very happy. So this is my tan. I just wanted to show it to you. Because I do have some cheapo studio lighting, it does make me look quite a lot whiter on screen. But because I'm wearing my nighttime white t-shirt, you can kind of see the difference. Also just in my hand here, I do feel quite a lot darker. So if we were to do this, that's how dark my skin is. Fairly even application. One thing I do know is that just in terms of the inner elbow, it has gathered a little bit there, and I think this has been the pattern of how I sleep. Then here, it's a little bit speckledy, which I don't like, but I don't think anyone's going to really look that close enough to actually see it. I did my neck as well, but I don't really know how much, I'm just going to like a pimple there. I don't really know how much it's actually stuck, but yeah, look, again, here's the color difference, darker here, lighter here. In this lighting, it doesn't look too dramatic, but in normal lighting, I was looking at myself in the mirror before, I do look quite tan, but not extravagantly so. So here is my dry elbow. This I really struggle with trying to moisturize to make sure it looks not too brown. So I did put quite a lot of Hydroderm Sorbolene cream on my elbow prior to applying the fake tan, but yeah, I did reduce the risk a bit, but I couldn't completely mitigate it. So yeah, I've got a bit of a brown elbow, but to be fair, it's usually red anyway, so my elbows usually stand out because of that color inconsistency, because of the dryness. Would I recommend this? If it was on sale, I think it's fun to have. When I washed off the fake tan, I didn't really smell like tan the rest of the night, but I did then have a look at my cloak after I'd been wearing my gown, and it did have quite a lot of red on it. That was just the colour transfer from probably the green guide colour, which probably had a red undertone or something like that. But then I washed my gown and it came out all easily, so yeah, it didn't ruin my cheapo gown. I think in terms of how long this would last, because it's pretty much quite a similar formula to the previous Le Tan that I used, I would say 3 to 4 days. And I have pretty dry skin on my body, so, and I usually sometimes shower twice a day. But yeah, anyway, now I'm going to go have a shower, start my long process of getting ready, and then go have my glam weekend. Look, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye for now.